when I'm with you, the world makes sense. But when we're apart, I see clearly that your world is not a world from which one can escape. I am so sorry. Oh, Arthur, I miss you, and I will always miss you, but I cannot live like that. And it seems you cannot live any other way. I am so sorry for everything long ago, and for starting up that...
Don't you want devoted followers who leave their families for you, give their money to you, give their bodies to you, give up their lives for you, consider you God, and will kill for you? Don't you want to become a cult leader? Since the death of God, there's been a vacancy open. You could fill that void.
But someone requested a tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make this little fortune cookie with the pull-out method. Anyway, it's really simple. Anyone can do this. You start with folding this piece of paper in half. That's kind of where the mechanic's going to hide. So you just fold the piece of paper in half, and then whatever you want to pull out, you're going to kind of measure, and you want it to be not too loose, not too big. So I just kind of measured. It was a little bit too small, so I made it a little bit bigger, and then that's the thing that's going to be sliding out. And then you can see here that the length of that rectangle, that red piece, that's going to be how long your pull out is, so you can change that. I added this little fold at the end, that's so it doesn't just pull right out, and then you basically have your slide mechanic. But then let's make our fortune cookies. Honestly, I looked up a picture of a fortune cookie clip art. I eyeballed it. This one's not as good as the original one I did, but you see the point. I liked adding a touch of orange, just as kind of shading, makes it look a little more fortune cookie-like. Feel free to do that. I cut my fortune to match the length that I was going for. That first piece you're going to glue all the way onto the red piece. Make sure you don't get any glue or anything onto the white piece so that it can still slide. Perfect. And then that second piece, you're just going to do the very edge of it, because it's just going to be sticking to the edge of that white piece. And then that's pretty much it. I did this one very quickly. Yours is going to look so much better. And once you paste this in your journal, put some washi tape on the sides, it'll be a lot sturdier, a lot cleaner, and then boom, you got a fortune cookie.
What happened at the girls' camp, Peppermint Patty? I finally saw the little red-haired girl that Chuck is always talking about. And you know what I did? I cried, Linus. I cried and cried and cried. Better give me my blanket back. I don't think I'm ready for this. I stood in front of that little red-haired girl and saw how pretty she was. Suddenly, I realized why Chuck has always loved her. Realized that no one would ever love me that way. I started to cry, and I couldn't stop. I made a fool of myself, but I didn't care. I have a big nose, and my split ends have split ends. And I'll always be funny looking. And I think I'm gonna cry again. She's so pretty. She just sort of sparkles. I'll never sparkle. I'm a mud fence. I'm a plain Jane.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Here are some tips for if you use Autodesk Sketchbook. On the top bar, this little squiggle is actually a stabilizer. There's also the sectioning tool, which allows you to section things in 3 different ways. Here's the lasso tool, for example. And if you make sure this symbol here has a little plus on it, you can select multiple things at once. How convenient is that? And don't forget, there's a time-lapse button hiding at the top. I hope that helps, and happy drawing!
Okay guys, time to bikin Disney. Oke. Bele guys, yay! Let's go. BTW aku udah bikin mukanya ya. Jadi bagian sininya kayak gini-gini. Pokoknya ini segini tuh kita bikin kayak renda-renda bunga gitu. Kayak gini tuh ya. Kalian kalau mau bikin bulat-bulatannya kayak gini aja, sembarangan gitu. Jadi deh kayak gini. Kayak gini. Next langsung bikin bagian itunya, eteknya. Nih kalau udah kalian bikin kayak batasan gitu untuk mulai roknya. Nanti roknya tuh kayak gaunnya tuh kayak gede banget gitu ya, kayak si Cinderella, si Belle. Kayak gini tuh ya. Untuk kelipitannya kalian bikin kayak gini aja. Set. Yeps. Oke, hasilnya begini. Next nanti akan aku warnain pakai watercolor.
How to make a really cute sketchbook spread if you have no idea how to draw. Sketchbooks are literally for learning how to draw, so if you don't want to draw, start an art journal or something. Start a scrapbook. But if you want to do some cute doodles in your sketchbook, this is where to start. Okay, you're just gonna go on Pinterest and look for some cute patterns. Maybe you could draw something like this. You could draw this. You could write this. Let's get some colored pencils. So let's just say you thought this thing was cute and it went with your style, so we're gonna draw it. You can just be free with it. You don't have to make it look exactly like the picture to make a cute sketchbook spread. Now that, my friends, is what I call a cutesy little orange peel. But now what? I want to cover both these whole entire pages. Now we just make more of them. Different shapes, different sizes, do whatever you want. Let's make one kind of bigger, maybe like right here. Maybe we want to make another one really big, like right up here. Damn, that's big. Let's make one upside down, just because, who cares? Okay, now let's say we're bored as fuck of drawing oranges, because I am. What can we do to switch up this spread? Maybe something right here, maybe a full orange slice? Let's see what we can find on the internet. Oh my god, that looks so freaking easy to draw. Let's draw it, girl. Notice how this is the easiest thing to draw in the whole wide world. Like, anybody could do this. Like, it's just a circle with a bunch of different colors. But it's something recognizable. You just have to look up, like, and see the easy designs to draw. You see, that's like a rug, but I'm turning it into a piece of art because it's super easy and quick and it looks super cute. Okay, now we have a bunch of friggin' oranges on a page. What the heck do I do now? Okay, we gotta add something else. What colors would look good with this orange and yellow? I'm gonna say probably green or red. Probably. So let's just pull some of these out. Hold on. I'm having a vision. Cherries. Bruh. You see how easy that is to draw? Also, these ones are in the shape of hearts, so I think I'm gonna do that too, because that's cutesy. So we're just gonna start filling in the empty spaces, bruh. Boom. Okay, now we got a bunch of cherries everywhere. I think I'm also gonna add some leaves to this orange, because sometimes oranges have leaves too, right? Okay. Alright, now we got another color, and I think I'm just gonna do some little purple flowers. Literally just random shapes and stuff. Alright, now I'm gonna take some of these paint markers, and I'm just gonna outline them on top, because I'm extra. Just use a darker version of whatever color you just used. And maybe we're gonna add some detail to the leaves because they're giving boring. Alright, I'm feeling like there's not enough red, so I'm just gonna add a couple of like random red dots everywhere. Like this isn't already enough. Okay, beautiful. Now that's gonna be that on that, and you can literally do so many different designs like this on every single page, and it's just gonna be so freaking cute by the end. Let me know if y'all want more tutorials like this if you don't know how to draw. Mwah. Bye, bitch.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Do not get this sketchbook. It's fallen apart on me so many times. This is the Artist Loft hardcover watercolor book, and it's worked for me for a few months until this happened. Right now, I'm using the Paul Rubens watercolor journal, and it's worked really well for me. But also, everyone's been asking me what kind of supplies I use for my art, so I'm going to tell you basically all the materials that I've been using recently. Specifically for commissions, I'm using the Strathmore watercolor paper so I can tear it out individually. A big part of my art is using gold ink, so I use the Winsor & Newton gold ink in 30 mils. This is what makes my art look like a storybook, and it's kind of characteristic of my personal style. For watercolors, I really like using the Winsor & Newton Cotton watercolor paint set. It's very transparent, and I kind of get the effect that I want. I don't have specific brushes, but this liner brush allows me to do details. I have a liner brush, and I also have a thicker brush for shading. For flat brushes, I only have 2. They allow me to blend things really, really nicely, especially this really thick one. For ink, I only have 4 different types. These are really waterproof, but the only caveat is that although I get different sizes and they work really well for me, they run out of ink really, really quickly. So you might have to budget for those.
All their money got me wearing fly. Girl, but I ain't asking. They say they love my ass in 7 G's to religion. I say no, but they keep giving, so I keep on taking. And no, I ain't taking. We can keep on taking. I keep on demonstrating my love, my love, my love, my love. You love my lady lumps, my hump, my hump, my hump. My humps, they got you. Got you, they got you. They got you. Got you, they got you. They got you.
Versace.
How to start fashion design collection research and turn inspiration into action. This season I'm diving into the mysterious world of the witches and vampires. To set the mood, I usually watch a bunch of movies first, and the first thing I usually do in my sketchbook is create a mind map. And now that I've gathered all the inspiration images online, I can start building the layout of my sketchbook. Pause here for the tip. As you can see, I use black backdrop for my sketches. It just gives that impactful and dramatic look. One more thing, I always use spiral sketchbooks so I can easily rip out the pages and reinsert them where I need to. And you can pause here for another tip. Finally, to keep my sketchbook organized, I arrange my images into different categories, leaving blank space on the sketches and design ideas. Well, with all that, my sketchbook is ready for tomorrow. Let's start sketching.
One thing about me is I will never understand artists who prefer spiral-bound sketchbooks. You know, the sketchbooks that hold the paper together with that little springy thingy. If you're an artist who can function with a sketchbook like that, let me know how, because I could never use one of those sketchbooks. Because I could never do full sketchbook spreads like this. You see how my portrait that I'm doing today is on both pieces of paper and it looks perfect still? I just love spreads like this so much. For my sketchbooks personally, I could never give this up for just a spring in the middle of my sketchbook that gets in the way when I draw. And you know, sometimes when you have a spiral bound sketchbook and you're drawing on the left page and then it makes that indent in your hand and it hurts? Spiral bound sketchbooks are just pain. I don't see any reason why you would get a spiral bound sketchbook unless you were gonna rip the pages out at the end. I'm sorry for the slander, the spiral bound sketchbook slander, but I just can't handle it, and that's my sketchbook hot take. So sorry if you disagree, but I'm just speaking my truth. Let me know what you think of this portrait down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in my next TikTok. Bye. Love ya.
These sound effects that you have, where do they come from?
This is a drama. I'm the drama.
Top 4 sketchbooks I'm currently using.
This is the one that I probably use the most often. This is my Ohuhu marker pad. This one is really great for using with alcohol markers. So another one that I've been using recently is this Etcher sketchbook. It is 100% cotton, and it also has a cotton cover, which is pretty cool because they kind of encourage you to draw on the outside of it. And it's pretty good for mixed media, not just alcohol markers. This one is really fantastic. I could not recommend this one enough. This is a Sketch Bar marker paper sketchbook. It's called a mirror pad, and the most incredible thing about this one is that the ink does not bleed through the paper at all. You can see the drawing here on my paper has not bled at all to the other side. This is the only sketchbook I've ever used that does not bleed, and I don't know how they did it. It's just, it blows my mind. This final sketchbook is my Ohuhu sketchbook. This is just a standard sketchbook, and honestly, I think it works just fine with my markers.
Stop. This was Coachella 2016. This was the vibe at the time, okay? You need to understand. Would I wear this now to Coachella or anywhere? I don't think so. But you know what? I was feeling myself then, and that's okay.
It's coming now! It's coming now! It's coming now! It's coming now! It's coming now!
Baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes. Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes.
How I use acrylic markers to color like this.
No, no,